Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Academy Talks, where we discuss with our subject matter experts their favorite topics. I'm Maxine, your founder and host, and today I'm really excited to be joined by Maxine Barnett, who is our Academy expert in soft skills. This is really exciting because our next course release will include some soft skills training and upskilling for our industry experts. Maxine, how are you?
I'm fine. I am excited to join my namesake, Maxine, to have this conversation.
Yeah. Can you just tell our learners and our audience a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and then we'll delve right in?
Sure, sure. So I like to start off by saying I am a former HR executive. And it's while in that role, and I was an HR executive for many years. And while in that role, I saw how very competent people, very competent at their technical skills, how they sabotage themselves as they climb the corporate ladder because they lack the soft skills, and we define soft later on, how they lack the soft skills to lead, because by the time you get to a certain level, most persons have the same amount of technical skills, and some are really very proficient. But if you don't know how to lead, and that's where the soft skills come in, you can really sabotage yourself. So I then started equipping myself to provide right where I was in the organization, to equip myself. It was called civility at that time, workplace civility, and how people interacted in the workplace. As a matter of fact, my master's thesis is in workplace civility. And so I equipped myself in that area and then started teaching it right there, had training programs right there. People started hearing that I was doing this thing because they weren't using that language. Other companies would invite me to work with their board, their executive, on that kind of thing. And then I jumped off onto my own and started consulting, training, and coaching. Yes.
Well, that's amazing. It's an
Mhm.
amazing journey. And you actually have an award as well. There's an award that's named after you as well, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I left out that. I am the co founder of the Human Resource Management Association of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm one of the co founders. And 3 years ago, the existing board at that time, they honored us by naming awards after us. So mine is the Maxine Barnett Award for HR Excellence.
Incredible achievement, and I
So
am really honored to have you as part of our team in the academy to help our industry thrive. So, soft
looking forward to it.
skills, soft skills. First of all, just define soft skills because anyone that's listening, any potential learners that are listening and considering soft skills, they're going to be
Yes,
at different levels. So, just
absolutely.
define what soft skills are for us, please.
In defining soft skills, I must also define hard skills,
Yes, of course.
because they are really opposites to each other. So the hard skills, let me talk about the hard skills, are our technical skills, our expertise, our experiences in the workplace. But the soft skills is really our ability to interact with others.
Hmm.
So in the workplace, we must collaborate to get things done. So collaboration is a soft skill. For example, in the workplace, we must communicate with each other to get things done. So communication is a soft skill, just to name a few. And just to add one more, I call them my three C's: communication, collaboration, and creativity or solutions oriented. We must come up with solutions and innovate to really work and advance in the workplace. So those are my three C's: communication, collaboration, and creativity. Soft skills.
Can you just tell us what's the importance? Why are soft skills important?
In answering that question, I also think about it, why it's important. We are never taught in school about soft skills. If you think back to going to school, high school, or even higher education, we are never taught soft. But when we come out and we go into the workplace, as if we are expected to know how to communicate, how to work together, how to work in teams, and it is so important. So that's why we need to be able to learn how to do it. Else we will not. able to, let me give an example, quick example of two persons in the workplace. One of them, and this is what helps with upward mobility. Sometimes we have to learn the skills ourselves. We don't have to wait till the organization to teach us. So there's Jack and Jane, give them names for example. And Jane is someone who always equip herself. She's always learning. She's always learning. She also knows how to work with other people. But Jack is a loner. He he likes working by himself. He does not like to work with others. He likes to get the credit for him alone. He doesn't want to share the credit. And when it was time to, in terms of, and they've been in the organization around the same amount of years, they have the same academic qualifications. But when it's time to promote, the mantle falls on Jane because she has already demonstrated that she can work with others and so should be able to lead others too.
That's a really good example.
Hmm.
Well, what's in store for us in the academy? What's in store?
In the
Tell us
acad
a bit about what your courses are going to cover.
Absolutely. So I do different courses. I do different courses. Some of it are truly targeted at leaders and, at the higher level leaders in terms of leveraging these skills. And some are preparing people for upward mobility, no matter the industry. And that's the interesting thing. Soft skills matter across industries. So we are in the facilities management industry. So soft skill matters simply because, and I'm saying all this before I actually say what the course entails, because facilities managers have to work with their staff, they have to interact with their suppliers. They have to interact with their clients. They have to interact with the people they report to. So really and truly, it is needed and it is timely. And to do that, a series of soft skills. And I come back to my three buckets: communication, collaboration, and creativity. Under communication, there are series of areas that we will touch: emotional intelligence, listening, verbal and nonverbal, because in communicating, our body language is important. Yes. And that's just the name of it. Empathy. And I can go on and on. Self awareness, all those
Mm.
areas we are going to touch in various ways. And then, how do we work as a team? The workplace of today and the workplace of the future, we must be able to work together. So it's learning team building, and even for the team leaders, team leadership. And then the bigger one is creativity, because we are always looking for innovative ways of finding solutions. So I always like to ask the question: are you the person that everyone wants on their team when it's brainstorming time? Because that's the person that brings in, new ideas and a different way of looking at things. And all of those, and I've just really touched the surface by naming all those. All of that comes under soft skills.
Yeah.
So yes,
What
we'll see how we can fit in all of them as we do what we do.
Yeah, do you know, I'm really excited actually, and we're gonna have another academy talk. So whilst you were explaining about the creativity, the team building,
Hmm.
we do have the psychological approaches by our expert Gayatri. So I think what
Wonderful.
would be really lovely as an academy talks for our
Yes.
learners is to have both of you on, and we
Wonderful.
actually do like a panel really talking about the psychological aspects, the soft skills aspect, how they interact, how everything's intertwined. I think that would be
Absolutely.
incredible value for our audience
Absolutely.
and
I
our
look forward
learners.
to the three of us having that conversation.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I really do. So Maxine, in terms of, so we've talked about soft skills, what the importance of soft skills, and in terms of the learner's journey, what would we typically expect as a learner? And I'm entering into the soft skills
Sure.
course.
So our training is it's an online self-directed approach, yes? So
Yes.
that's how the trainer will come on. So the trainer will be able to take him or herself through the various aspects. But inside of that, it's not just an online lecture. There will be activities, there'll be videos that the person can look at, there'll be handouts that you can work on and send it back to yourself, or take it back to the group that you're part of or the team that you're part of. So it's really not just come on and I just click and click and click. There has to be that interaction. I'm especially excited about the videos and the talks that the person will hear. Some of it might be me, some of it may be someone else, another voice, but I'm excited for the person in terms of listening. And also There'll be quizzes and short tests that you can test yourself, test your listening skills, test your self awareness, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And I always say to our learners as well, and people that are considering our academy, is that built into everything is our expertise as mentors and coaches. So at any time, any learner can reach out to us and get some other insights. Or if you're looking through a case study or there's a query on, okay, I can't quite get that,
Get that you can
we're
have the
actually here
conversation.
to support all of our learners. And it is it is important that it's not just, I always say it's not just a course, it's actually a vehicle for moving from frustration
Point
and
A to
pain
point B.
into a place where you're solutioning and you're thriving. Especially if you're young in our industry, it's very demanding, and sometimes it
Absolutely.
might be difficult to know, okay, well, where do I go, what do I do? And
Sure.
we feel that the soft skills component of the academy is vital and really crucial in underpinning any technical abilities and technical training that you have.
Absolutely. And that's the way the world is learning. It's not just years ago, it's just a textbook and that's it.
Mm,
It's honing experience, the experience of others and learning from the experience of others. So I am an executive coach, but I'm also a mentor at heart. I have many mentees all over. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. So that I can see even after the person has completed some sort of relationship post course. I can see that happening. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So, and I know that we started mapping out some of the training and what that was going to look like. Do you want to just delve into a couple of the course?
Right. If we're talking about the name of the course, like some courses really would be very introductory, talking about the difference between hard skills and soft skills. And those might be
Mm,
very short
mm.
20 to 30
The
minute
bite
things like, yeah,
size, yeah.
right.
So we've got
Good word, bite
our
size.
bite size, couple of
Exactly.
bite size, and then how we work in the academy. We have foundation for very beginners, people that don't have the knowledge, and then we have
Exactly.
an intermediate, which are for those that are more experienced in the industry and have some knowledge, and then the advanced is where we're looking at senior leadership teams who have a vast amount of experience and knowledge and really need to underpin that and enhance.
Absolutely.
And also, it could be
Absolutely.
people that are being promoted or they're moving across horizontally as well as
Hmm.
vertically in terms of their
Sure.
careers.
Sure.
So we roll these things out in phases. So we may start with a couple of the bite size and then the
Yes.
foundation, and then we will roll up into the intermediate and
Yes.
the advanced.
I am particularly interested. I have found in the past people are thrown into leadership or supervisory positions and then they're expected to know. And I'm particularly interested in having people access those things before as part of your preparation so that when you are promoted, you already have some of those skills and so on. So that may be the either the cross between the foundational and intermediate for some.
Mm,
Those kinds of courses I'm particularly interested in. And then for them and for even their leaders, leveraging the soft skills and talking about how you leverage the soft skills. So to know it is one thing, but how do we leverage it? To and the other thing we may talk about also is the fact that our brand, soft skills, is what really displays our brand because how we behave, how we listen, how we show empathy and so on, then it becomes what are we known for. Even networking is a soft skill.
yeah,
The art of networking is a soft skill, and that's
yeah.
one I plan to do also. The art of networking is a soft skill, and how we do that contributes to our brand. So we're going to talk a bit about soft skills and our brand.
That's really exciting. That was a
Yeah.
surprise.
I have done a few talks and videos on networking as a soft skill. Yes.
Yeah, because there are some people that actually don't like networking at all, or they get really shy in a social
Well,
environment.
mhm.
However, it's just fundamental to us getting business done.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
expanding, especially if we're growing a business as well as we are.
Sure.
You have to be comfortable, get comfortable in front of people. So
Hmm.
I'm really excited that we're going to be
When I
offering
do
that.
networking in person, when I do it as an in-person training session, oh my goodness, I set up some people on the inside, you on the outside, you've just arrived at the event. and the event is buzzing. What do you do? Yeah, I do it when I do it in person. I make it exciting and make it real. Yes. So
Yeah,
we'll see how we
and
introduce it online. Yes,
yeah, and I think online is just the beginning, and then we will work towards workshops, and if
absolutely.
there's clients out there that are looking to have workshops and sessions with their teams, then that's the other element of what we do as well with our courses and with our subject matter experts.
I am glad that people are now becoming sensitive to soft skills. When I look back, I have been working on soft skills. As I said, I called it civility at that time.
Yeah,
For many years, it must be about 15 years or more, I have been working on it. And now we realize, oh my goodness, people realize how important it is
yeah.
because you can lose business, you can lose the job, you cannot get the interview because of how your soft skills are displayed.
It reminds me, actually, just brought back a memory.
Hmm.
Many years ago, there was a conference, and I did a talk on facilities management, the intangible assets. And if
Like
I
the
think
name.
about intangible assets, the soft skills is an intangible assets because it's about
Absolutely.
personalities, it's about all the things that you just don't see. You
Absolutely.
can't touch and feel.
But it makes a huge sometimes they even have in when you're doing a performance appraisals, they even have problems quantifying it. But
Yeah,
it is so important, it matters. So I like to say soft skill matters when it matters.
yeah. I
Because
love
some
that.
people think it's not needed. I have my PhD, it's not needed. But there may be an instance when it matters and you lose.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah. I've enjoyed our talk today. Is there anything else that you want to share?
Um,
Love giving nuggets and a preview of what's
Right, like
coming.
soft skill matters when it matters is one of those that I like to share. The other is that even the hat that I wear, that protocol hat, that international protocol hat, business etiquette, those are also soft skills. So it matters before, for example, I like to say protocol do you say associated with the diplomats and that arena, but now it matters in the workplace because there's so much business that's done across borders. So
Yeah.
even that's where the soft skills come in, how the cultural competencies, how do you interact with people in other cultures, how do you prevent insults and discomfort and so on. Those are all soft skills. Yes.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's an incredible area, and there's so much to
Very broad,
learn.
very, very broad. So, for example, when I said under my three C's, the three C's of soft skills, communication, there's a whole long list of areas that come under communication. Even dress as a communication tool, and how to use that, and when to use that, and why. That too can is a soft skill.
Yeah.
Yes. And then under collaboration, a whole list of how do you collaborate, team building, interaction, flexibility, adaptability, all those things are soft skills. My
Yeah.
goodness, we can talk forever.
We can. We can. And what we'll do, actually, Maxine, when we actually launch, we're looking at launching course release 3 at the back end, the near the end of September.
Yes.
Hesitant because we've got the holidays and things at the moment. I think course release 3, when it's released, will
Hmm.
then launch and have another session, and we'll do a show and tell, so we can take people through like
Walk them through.
a
Yes.
presentation of what to expect. So we'll do a couple of those so that people get a flavor of what to expect when they actually enroll. So I'd love to do that.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Well, because this is my favorite topic, I enjoy this conversation.
It's been a great academy talk, and I think any last words from you? Anything that you want to leave with
Yes,
our
couple of
learners?
things. Like I always like to leave something. It is the soft skills that really help us to make connections and build trusted relationships. Today more than ever, because customers have so many choices.
Yeah,
Customers are demanding soft skills, and maybe that's why it is now so much front and center. So that yes, I like to close with those two things. One is the soft skills that really make the difference, and they help us to build trusted relationships. And the customer of today is demanding soft skills.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Maxine. This has been another episode in MCFM Global Academy Talks with Maxine Barnett, our Soft Skills Academy expert. Until next time, stay safe and thank you all for listening. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.